Tomorrow's Garden City Station, an inclusive metro station design paying respect to the original design proposal for Schiebroekpolder, yet answers to the 21st century needs of its current and future users. The dualistic nature of the location, on the one hand part of the rural hinterland, yet massive connection point between two major cities in the Netherlands, makes Meijersplein potentially a site for new social, spatial, cultural and environmental development. In order to get a grasp on the different flows, uses and needs, we divided the area in 4 districts that all have promising opportunities. The project title, Tomorrow's Garden City, refers back to the multiple changes we want to accumulate over a time span of 10 years. A new proposed chain of food distribution for the old and new residents in the area, a more resilient neighborhood answering to the future climate scenarios, introducing new neighborhood districts at wayscape areas, and a hybrid station serving as a connector of the Garden City area. As mentioned, Meijersplein sees itself in the midst of 2 opposite worlds, yet both worlds are heavily relying on each other. The product flow, coming from the harbor of Rotterdam, provides the rural hinterland with substances for food production. 1 part goes back for international trading, the rest is distributed over wholesale companies throughout the Netherlands, which makes the Schiebroekpolder not only part of a transportation corridor for people, but also goods. Answering to our goal to have 10,000 more residents in the area, making a total of 30,000 people, with growing possibilities, Schiebroek can benefit from the direct impact this food chain provides by taking part in a locally sourced fresh food exchange focused on the more vernacular ways of producing. The neighborhood design, originally planned as a modern garden city, always overshadowed by the arrival of the airport and larger social housing flats, will be made more resilient by adding new functional green, water storage solutions and more individual outdoor space. From old oil field to Milieupark to residential area, a regeneration of waste space will be the first step to answer Rotterdam's ongoing housing issues. Creating a new high-dense lifted residential area in between 2 nuisance boundaries will make room for new public space, function, urban agriculture and public and private gardens. Meijersplein Metro Station, a small transportation node with no place identity, will be transformed into a hybrid station, serving as a physical and logistical connector between all districts. New residents means more logistic space for transportation purposes. Introducing a new car park and park and ride route under the new residential area not only answers to the needs of the neighborhood, but also solves the problematic crosswalk travelers had to take from the original park and ride location. In this area we add a new transportation flow for goods, which results in making space for an additional bus stop and a new food flow to be able to enter the build easily. The new park and ride is directly connected to the extended platforms of Metroline E, causing a smooth change in use of transportation methods. A public park on top of the garage with lots of greenery and food stands selling locally sourced products connects the new residential area with the station. We use the existing infrastructure such as the bicycle tunnel in our advantage and connected it to the underground bicycle, storage, shop, repair and share points. The basement is approachable from the north side, connecting to a beautiful singing leading the user to the village center, and from the west and east side by using the bicycle tunnel. The basement is connected indoors to the Metroline platforms again, creating a smooth change in use of transportation methods. The metro station will house a combination of a market hall and an urban agricultural garden. From the bicycle garage, the user can reach the entrance hall leading up to the extended platforms, where one can move through the 2 vertical service cores leading up to the 2-story floor market and rooftop garden. In plan, the new building follows the footprint of the original metro station, but is expanded to the north side. The first market hall floor is connected to the new residential area on the south side, as well as a staircase opening up to the existing neighborhood on the north side. Through the second floor, one can reach the top garden, where a public urban agricultural project takes place. To create a visual connection between the proposed market and the platforms, a glass core shaft is placed in the center of the building, making it possible to look up and down depending on your location in the building. In terms of technicalities, we looked into the characteristics of a greenhouse and implemented ways of natural ventilation from the metro platforms all the way up to the top garden, which houses a restaurant and a cafe that will process leftover products from the market which are too good to go. To showcase the hustle and bustle in the station building, a greenhouse-inspired polycarbonate facade with indoor balconies opens up to the south and west side of the site. Overall, tomorrow's Garden City Station is an act of connecting individual patches of land into a rural-inspired urban fabric that serves the purpose locally, as well as for the city of The Hague and Rotterdam.